Assalamualaikum. Hello everybody. Hey, I'm starting a new segment. I'm going to try this and see how it goes. And what I'd like to do is just get in some videos as I'm getting my day done, because putting on the webinars takes a while. And I'm hoping that you all find this useful and provide feedback and let me know what you want to know about getting into e-commerce and building your e-commerce empire. So ask questions and I will do my best to try to answer them. So we're just actually on our way back from the gym. So I'm sitting here with my lovely wife, Sonia. You want to say hi?
Hello everyone. Assalamualaikum.
All right. So I mentioned that last weekend I was going to be attending a mastermind conference of some really heavy hitters in the e-commerce space. And here's my feedback. You know, it was worth every penny. I mentioned that I paid a lot of money. Well, that's relevant, right? Paying a lot of money. So I paid a lot of money. I paid $2,500 to get into this 3-day long e-commerce mastermind. And I think the ROI has been tremendous, and what I've learned and what I'm going to implement. Knowledge in this business or in any business or venture is absolutely critical. And if you're not willing to either spend the time learning or putting down cash, then you're just wasting your time. And you don't necessarily need the cash because everything is available online. You can watch the videos that Robin and I have produced before. But the bottom line is you've got to exert some energy, whether that's money or cash. That's the only way that you're going to get returns and get to the next level, whether you're just starting out and creating an account or whether you're at the stage where you've got one product and now you need to launch 3 more. So the first thing I want to talk about is really the why. And at the mastermind, that was kind of reiterated. It was a little eye-opening for me. I learned a lot of tips and techniques that are strategical and tactical, and that's very, very important. But there's kind of 2 planes of learning. One is the actionable, and one is more of the strategic and vision. And I think both are equally important. If you only have one and not the other, I don't think you're going to do as well. So in this conference, there was, like I said, some really big high hitters, guys who own Ferraris, guys who own yachts, accounts with multi-million dollars selling on Amazon and eBay. I mean, really some very impressive and some really big wigs. But having said all that, I remember in the parking lot there's like some Mercedes and some Lincoln Navigators, some really impressive cars there. But I walk away not being impressed by that necessarily, but really by what these guys, these sellers, and I'm generalizing here, not all of them, but most of them, what they stand for. And where they became passionate when they were talking about their business and their accomplishments, besides the sales and everything else, is really what they're passionate about. One guy, he was talking about his family, that all this freedom, all this financial freedom that he's attained now, having a $10 million business on Amazon and eBay, and what that gives him. And yes, it gives him the yacht and it gives him that, but really it's his family time. He says he just loves waking up and being on the water, with his family and spending quality time. Another coach was talking about how he doesn't need the money anymore. He's not in business because he needs to be, but he's in business because he enjoys the challenge. He enjoys mergers and acquisitions and buying up companies and turning them around with his experience. And one of his big passions that he talked about is giving people a second chance, specifically those that are incarcerated, guys and maybe gals who were in prison and come out and have no clue. And he tries to help by breaking that cycle, and he mentors them. He opens up his home to them, and sometimes they abuse him, by taking advantage of whatever he's offering, but that doesn't stop him. There was another guy, he, again, very, very successful seller based in Houston, has his own fulfillment center, has got several businesses. He's got a healthcare business, he's got an e-commerce business, very successful guy, but super sweet, you know, just willing to sit down with you and say, hey, what can I do to help you? And of course, you know, the thing that these guys get, and the thing that, you know, I think is very important for more people who are getting into this, is that it's not always about the dollar. It's not always about, you know, can I make a dollar here? Can I make a dollar there? It's about just reaching out and with an open hand and saying, hey, look, here's my experience. Here's how I can help. Here's my connection. Here's my network. Here's my guy who can help you with logistics. Here's my guy who can help you with fulfillment, etc., etc. And at the end of the day, you know that when you help somebody, that person will just automatically come back when you need them. And I think that's one of the things that's most impressive about groups that are successful. And hopefully our group is, you know, turning into that. And I see people asking questions and other people answering, and I think that's fantastic. And I think that's what we need to endorse and continue to do. So that's what I wanted to share today. You know, again, strategically and all the little actionable things. I'm going to share that with posts and write-ups, but really, you've got to start with the why. You've got to figure out why exactly you're getting into this business. Maybe you want to make a ton of money and, you know, you want to help your parents out. Maybe you want to help a brother out or sister. Maybe you want to be like, you know, somebody one day like Trump, in terms of momentum, not in terms of the crazy shit that he does, but in terms of the ability to impact and make a change in your own circle, no matter what size that circle is, whether that's your family and you can do something positive for your family, or whether that's an entire nation or the globe like this guy is doing. And that's really where it needs to start. You've got to have a why. So 2016, you need to start thinking about what your goals are. If you haven't started, then your goal is launch your first product within the first quarter, and do what the hell it takes to get that done. Make a list of goals and get it done. Maybe you've already launched and your next goal is, I've got 1 or 2 and I want to launch 10 by the end of the year, and maybe average it out to say, I'm going to launch 1 product every month. Some of these guys, you know, they have portfolios of thousands of products, but they all started with 1. So you can do that as well. My goal next year that I have set, and I've thought about this, originally my goal for this year was to break 50K. You know, my first private label product sold on October 20th. So I'm moving very quickly because I see the potential and I know it's not going to be around forever. So my goal was to break 50K, and I feel so blessed that I'm actually breaking 70K already and the year's not over. I'm not going to be surprised if I hit 80K. That's, what is that, like 60% over my initial goal of 50K? Next year's goal for me is $1 million. And is very aggressive, but now that I've built, or that I'm building my engine end to end, I need to perfect that and then scale. And I think it's achievable. So that's my goal for next year is $1 million. And maybe I'm going to do that through some partnerships with you guys. Several of you have already approached me. I'm already partnering with a couple of you that have approached me. You know, it'll take a network. It won't just be me doing everything end to end. So start thinking about what you want to accomplish in 2016. Set your goals. Share it with the team. You've got to have an accountability team, an accountability partner, and that's not going to happen if you are not engaged. So you've got to get engaged. All right. We'll talk more. Comments, feedback, welcome, and take action. Critical. All right.